Welcome to Sydney. Wow, oh, that's pretty. Let's go get lunch. My first stop is the Central Business District in the heart of downtown. At Kosta's Takeaway, this little alley has a bunch of little food restaurants. I was told to get this, the biggest fish sandwich I've ever seen in my life. And it looks and smells wonderful. Where has this thing been my whole life? This is at least twice the size. Well, now that McDonald's filet-o-fish has shrunk, 3 times the size of a McDonald's filet-o-fish. And the fish fillet, you can see all the air bubbles of the breading on the outside. There's a slice of cheese, beautiful bun, tartar sauce spread on both of the buns. And she asked me if I wanted chilies inside. Yeah, I want chilies. This could just be the best fish sandwich on this planet. It looks like it. This is without a doubt, in my opinion, the best fish sandwich on this planet. And it's not even a close call. It's pure succulent tenderness. The fish is a ling, which is a type of cod. So flaky, and it's just amazing. The flaky white meat in contrast with that beautiful airy outside breading just elevates the sweetness of the fish. This thing is absolutely ridiculous. Every single bite of this is just pure euphoria. From the airy buns to the delicate fish to that wonderful, mesmerizing crunch, all works so well together. Also, besides the crunch from the outer shell of the fish, you got the nice crunch from the lettuce and also some capers in there to kind of balance out any of the richness in the oil. The meat of the fish tastes so clean and is able to absorb the delicious flavor of the chili sauce. The chili sauce is great. It's strong enough to burn you, but not strong enough to cover up the natural sweetness of the fish. I mean, everything is just so harmonious and such a symphony of flavors and textures. This deserves its own show down at the Opera House. 10 out of 10, absolute must try. So happy this was my first bite of food here in Sydney. Excuse me for, see you in a bit. It's a beautiful looking banh mi, toasty bread. Inside I see some radish, cucumbers, carrots. This is a banging banh mi. Inside, very succulent, tender pork, a little sweet, very flavorful. Love the crunch from the vegetables and also pate's delicious. This is just a delightful combination. The only thing, I think it's because it's a little later in the afternoon, but gets a tiny bit stale, but there's no denying that this is a delicious, delicious sandwich. Also, the chilies they put in here, that's gonna hurt you a bit. Overall, savory, sweet, crunchy, and I really like that little added organy, umami flavor from the pate. For around $6, it's a beautiful sandwich. I do wish I could have tried this at their original location. Also, the prices for both locations the same. This is their second location in a very modernized downtown area, but this is an authentic, delicious tasting sandwich. This is pretty filling too. All right, this city has a lot of hills. Next stop, let's go grab a burger at Bar Luca. Last lunch before dinner, and dinner is gonna be freaking amazing. This is a Blame It on Canada burger. This is crazy looking. Smashed burger patty with mayonnaise, bacon, poutine, American cheese, and maple aioli. It smells like a maple waffle. This is very mapley. Beef patty is delicious. Tons of maple flavor from the aioli. It's a very cheesy burger with both the melted rich American cheese and the squeaky curds. The flavor kind of reminds me of a maple McGriddle. Beef patty is really good. I like the mixture of different cheeses. It's a very, very rich burger. I feel like without the fries, this might even be a little too much. This might not have been the best idea before dinner, but it's a good maple burger. Wow, this is a really interesting looking alley. It's like a little miniature Chinatown. Holy duck. But tonight's dinner is gonna be here, the East Side Grill and Bar. Dinner, like I said, this is gonna be epic. It's a free-flowing steakhouse. So this is a steakhouse that's been around for over 5 years. And every Wednesday, they do something called free-flowing steaks. And I'm sitting right by the kitchen. I'm smelling the steaks being cooked. It starts off with sourdough bread with beef butter, and I asked chef, and he said the beef butter is also mixed with rosemary, different spices. It's gonna be good butter. That's gonna go with the sourdough bread. Then grilled prawns, then Scotch fillet. After that, sirloin, then pork chops, then slow cooked beef short ribs. That's cooked for around 24 hours. Finally, the last cut, beef brisket, cooked for 72 hours. Oh, also, it's Wagyu brisket. I think that's gonna be tender. I think there's also steak fries, mac and cheese, of course some salad, you know, just so you can eat more steak. And for sauces, there's truffle mayo, mushroom chimichurri, and this whole all-you-can-eat free-flowing steak goes for 90 Australian dollars, so about 56 US. Considering if you go to a typical steakhouse in the US, one steak will usually cost you around 50 to 60 minimum. This is a fantastic deal. This feels like an all-you-can-eat Churrasco steakhouse. Toasted sourdough with incredible beef butter, some fries, tomatoes, salad, and some mac and cheese. Got the sirloin and the brisket. Take a look at this sirloin with flaky salt on top. You can see the marbling clear as day. And the sirloin has a beautiful fat cap at the end as well. And this is MBS plus 3, so this is Australian Wagyu. And here is the brisket. You can see the fat on top as well, just begging to hit your tongue and melt. Let's try this beef butter. Flaky salt on top. Oh, it's whip butter. Oh, this butter's amazing. Imagine delicious beef fat in the consistency of a cloud. That's what that tastes like. A little crunch from the flaky salt. That is just the ultimate beef butter. Pretty much tastes like beef flavor concentrate. I love fries. Dunk it in a little truffle sauce. These are fried so well. Beautiful light crunch on the outside. This just has an explosive truffle flavor. Try the mac and cheese first before it gets cold. This is basically mac and cheese with really toasty cheese. Before getting to the meat, a little palate cleanser from the salad. Cut into the sirloin. Beautifully pink. Try this without the sauce first. I thought it was going to be tender. I was expecting it to be tender. It still shocked me by how tender it is. Sirloin is pretty lean, except when you bite the piece with the fat cap. To call it delicious, juicy, tender, I think it would really just be an insult. This thing has so much juice locked inside. Incredibly soft. No resistance when you chomp down on it. And the part with the fat just adds so much flavor. And this piece itself is just filled with smoke. You can taste the fire. And that smoky flavor is incredibly pronounced. I'm gonna add some of the mushroom sauce on here. The mushroom sauce definitely adds a lot more earthiness, creaminess, and richness to this already incredible steak. Sirloin, masterful. Sorry, I'm using a new mic, so my audio just kicked on. Next, Wagyu brisket. I mean, am I really surprised? 72-hour slow-cooked Wagyu brisket. This thing pretty much just melts on your tongue, leaving such a delightful thin layer of fat, like a gelatinous little blanket, and so full of awesome beefy flavor. I feel like this is gonna go really well with the chimichurri. They just put more brisket on my plate, and I think these are the fattier briskets. Layer of fat, you can see it glistening with juice, and it just easily comes apart. Especially the piece with the fat. This thing is so rich and tender. And they cook this in the sous vide too, so that and the fact that it's already so marbled creates a tenderness that is just out of this world. I think I need some chimichurri with this, just to cut down on the richness a bit. Yeah, chimichurri goes perfect with the brisket. The citrus goes really nicely with that rich, fatty meat. All right, let's try this. Slices of pork. What they typically do with the meat is some of it is sous vide, some of it is from the oven, and it goes on the grill very quickly to seal in all that juice and of course add that smoky flavor. And the pork is absolutely beautiful. Oh yeah. Smoky, juicy, just like with the other cuts, so tender with a hint of sweetness. I think my favorite is the mushroom sauce, but really don't need much of anything. The steak with a little bit of salt, absolute perfection. This is the Scotch fillet. I think this piece might have been the easiest to cut. This, of course, is also Australian Wagyu. Oh, wow. This is 100% the most flavorful piece, and I think it's more tender than the sirloin. This is my favorite piece so far. Juicy, fatty, with such great flavor. Also, Scotch fillet in Australia is basically what we call ribeye in the US. That's 100% the best piece for me. And the sear is perfect, and that little bitterness from the sear tastes so great in the meat. Add some mushroom sauce to it. I haven't tried this yet. This is the grilled prawns. Nice and sweet. My favorite piece, 100% the Scotch fillet. Just look at this thing. This is pretty much an all-you-can-eat steak buffet at a high-end steak restaurant. Again, favorite piece, Scotch fillet. Second favorite, definitely the sirloin, but you're not gonna have a bad bite of food here. From the beef butter to the fries, to the sauce, to the salad. This place will leave your meat craving extremely satisfied. I mean, don't sleep on any one of the items on the menu. I particularly love the beef butter and the fries. And this does really feel like churrasco barbecue. I mean, new meat is being offered to you every 2 minutes. This is an absolute carnivore feast for the price of one typical steak. I think this is an amazing deal. And if you're a meat lover, a must try here in Sydney. All right, dessert time. So dessert here is a dish they call Fire and Ice, and it's liquid nitrogen meringue. 3 different flavors of ice cream. I see cheesecake on here. I see a creme brulee popcorn. There looks like different sauces, some brownie, panna cotta here. I feel like with something this big, this spoon really doesn't do it justice. But here we go. Oh, that creme brulee is so good because this is so creamy. Wow. So creme brulee meringue, and there's some what looks like vanilla ice cream in the middle, chocolate ice cream, and strawberry ice cream. Oh, little bits of brownie. The meringue is crunchy and airy. So under the popcorn, there's actually whole brownies. The chocolate caramel on top goes really well with the meringue, and of course, cheesecake. Oh, that's creamy. An ultimate dessert plate that's very fitting to follow a meat feast I just had. I mean, it started off with a bang with just the best fish sandwich in the world. That fish sandwich is like a glorified fillet of fish. I mean, if that thing met the fillet of fish in an alley, the fillet of fish would be giving me his lunch money and his french fries. And then it all culminated in this amazing all-you-can-eat steak experience, and yeah, a fantastic first food day in Sydney indeed. As always, all places I went to listed down below for you guys. Thank you all so much for watching. Till we meet again, see you later.